Good evening, everyone. Here we are, as planned, for the last half, or a little more maybe, of the singles pool that we started. Exact same box, exact same spot, all the same chips left over that we had from before. How's everybody doing tonight? We've got, let's see, Eric, Cooker. Sorry, not Cooker, Cookie. Let's see, Ant, Parvis, Doug, Captain, Mark. Let's see, Raymond Longy's here. Wanda, Mark, let's see, Doug Rizak is here too. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Once in a while, I read something and something else just comes out, and that's how I got Cooker out of Cookie. I don't even understand how that happened. But here's South End Al. All right, so let's go ahead and start drawing people out here. And Deanne, let's see what Deanne gets here. How about a 1947D to get tonight started? 1947D for Deanne. Oops, I got one more over there. I'll put it up next. All right, let's see here. Next up. Let's see who gets the next one. Mr. French. I don't know if Mr. French is here or not. I think it's a 51D, 1951D. Let's see who's next. Kelly Ray. Yeah, she might wake up and show up. She gets a 1944D. 1944D. Here's Paul Hampton. Paul gets a 1950S. 1950 San Francisco. Hello, Carl. Good evening, sir. All right, let me step up to the next person in line. Mark needs new labels on his chips. Here's 1950D for Mark. 1950D. Let's see, what do I pull next? Oh, Parvis is here. How come I can't see Parvis? Wait a minute. Cookie says that's true Parvis, but I don't see what Parvis... Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Only addiction that can't go broke. I get it. All right, there we go. Jimmy Bridges up next. Jimmy Bridges gets... How about a 1953S? Nice 1953S there for Mr. Bridges. Let's see who is next. Dennis the Menace. Dennis gets a 1948S. 1948S. Let's see who is up next. Mr. French again. Mr. French gets a 1943D. 1943D. Sandigger, 1953S. 1953S for Sandigger. Let's see, who's up next? Mr. French comes back again. Well, there we go. Got a 1947D. 1947D for Mr. French. Carl and a 1951S. 51S for Carl. Let's see, Doug. Game chips, I had 3 of them, I think we've played 2 of them, so I think there is one left in here somewhere. Well, I don't see a black edge right off the bat, but that I don't remember exactly what is left. There is a bonus. I see a bonus. I do not see. There is a game chip left in there. There is a game chip left. All right, Cat Morgan. Cat Morgan up next. Yeah, 1958D. for Cat Morgan. Let's see, what do we have next? Kenny Cross. Mr. Kenny, 1940, Philadelphia. 1940, Philadelphia. Who's next? Taco John. Taco John. How about a 1942 Philly? Pretty nice one, too. 1942 Philadelphia. There's one for Parviz. Parviz now, 1952D. I think that's going to end up being a duplicate for him. I think. So high, you know who you are. Here we go. Wanted to hit the wrong button. Deleted her really long message. That's why she's been so quiet, I think. Sand Digger, 1953S. For Sand Digger. Let's see. Got everybody's stuff packed up today. You will probably, there's Sand Digger again. You will probably see, here's 1949D for Sand Digger. You will probably see your tracking in your email. Wanda, I got 2 packages headed for you. I don't know how it happened, but I didn't get your last one mailed off. So I've got postage purchased for 2 packages to be sent to you. I am going to see if I can find UPS open tomorrow, but I know the post office will pick up my stuff. Raymond, 1946, Philadelphia. That is a duplicate. I appreciate it, Parvis. Yeah, I will take care of them for you. Here's Mr. Sappington. Richard gets a 1944D. 1944D. Next up, Mr. Yurth. How about a 1937? 1937 for Mr. Yurth. Cookie. Cookie's up next. How about a 1951D? Cookie, 1951D. There we go. Next up, Mr. Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher, 1952D. 1952D from Mr. Fletcher. Yeah, post office will be closed on Monday, but I'm trying to get everything out Saturday, tomorrow. If it doesn't go Saturday, it'll have to go Tuesday, unfortunately. Reading Donnie Wayne's message here. Well, I appreciate it, Donnie Wayne. Thank you very much for stopping by, my big guy. I've been watching your videos, too. You live the life that I would love to live. Get me out on a farm. Richard, 1953D for Richard. 1953D. Malcolm. Ooh, Malcolm gets a 1939. Beautiful, 1939. That's a money coin right there. 1939 like that doesn't come along often. Let's see. JJ Addict with a 1955. Philadelphia 1955P. Stanley Zokowski. Woohoo, yes. Stanley gets an uncirculated 1934. Has a Larry on it, but it's a red-brown 1934 Philadelphia. That's the first year of the short set. Nice money coin right there. 1934 Philly. Here we go with Ant 2242. 1940. Got some toning on it. You can see a little different color on the left side than it is on the right side. That's a 1940. Nice little toner. Let's see, what do we have here? Kelly Ray. Miss Kelly Ray gets a 1947D. 1947D. Save the next 55 DDO for your next pull. Okay, I'll do that. Cross your toes, brother. I'll be right on it. Kimberly, 1951. 1951 for Kimberly. Jordan, yeah, Jordan also had a 52D duplicate. I know. I'll be redrawing. Let's see what we can do if it's better for you, Parvis. See what we can get. How about a 1944S? 1944S for Parvis. Next up, Malcolm. Yes, I will be doing this wheat pull again. 1956 Denver. 56 Denver for Malcolm. Let's see here. Deanne is up next. Deanne. 1950 San Francisco. 1950S. Is for Sissy. Sissy, 1951, Philadelphia. That's a little bit of a toner. Got some color. It's a toner. Jimmy Bridges. Jimmy. 1951. 1951 for Jimmy. Let's see what comes out next. Hey, here's a bonus chip. Here's a bonus, and the bonus goes to Cat Morgan. So, Cat Morgan's going to get the next two coins. One is a 1950 San Francisco 1950S. The other one is a nice toned 1942D. Beautiful 1942D. Those are both for Cat Morgan. Congratulations, Cat Morgan. Let me get this pushed off over here. Then I've got more room. All right, here we go. Stanley. Stanley Zokowski gets a 1951D. 1951D for Stanley. And let's see. What's next? Mr. French. Dick French, 1947D. A 47D. Cat Morgan Dollar. They're bowing. Thank you very much. Now, for my next number, I'd like to do one I dedicated to my mama. Here we go. Wanda gets a 1947. 1947 for Wanda. You would think I might be able to sing. Not gonna happen. Kelly Michaud. Probably busy. 1951D. Kelly Michaud up there in Canada doing his seafaring work. Oh, Captain Mike Captain. And a 1969D was a 1950P. How about that? That would be unexpected. I'll tell you what. Here comes Cookie. Here comes Cookie for a 1951 Philadelphia 1951P. And I can sing? Yeah, I can sing. Right after you plug your ears. All of you. I can turn my mic off and sing. 1958 Philadelphia for Paul Adams. 1958 Philly. I'm sorry, Denver. That's a Denver 58D. I am running out of room. So let me do it this way. Pull this out here. Pull this here. Get this kind of restacked a little bit so that things fit better in there. And then I shall move this box in. Move this box in. Put this right there. And draw a chip. We've been talking about this, haven't we? Here's the game chip. The game chip who gets to play the game. Now you have to be present to play the game. We'll just draw somebody else if we get somebody who's not here. Oh, looky there. It's Wanda. Wanda gets to play the game. Wanda, you ready? You're going to start with a 1951 Philadelphia. 1951 Philly is your next coin. Higher or lower than 1951 Philadelphia? Higher or lower? And if it happens to be the same, if it happens to be another 51 Philly, then what we do is we give that one to you and keep going. So you don't have to call a tie, and a tie doesn't make you lose. A tie will make you win. So lower from that is 1947S. First person to get more than one extra out of it, 1947S. Now, how about the next one? Higher or lower than 1947S? And Wanda says, I hate that I know the answer and I can't tell you. Higher or lower than 1947S, Wanda? Wanda says lower. Wanda has hope. Wanda gets it right. It's a 1940 Philadelphia. 1940 Philadelphia. Next one, Wanda, higher or lower? We got to play a game where everybody gets their chance to play, and then they get to bank and take what they want to take without having to lose everything. And if you get one wrong, you lose everything. That would be cool. That would be an awesome game to play. But right now, all we're doing is higher and lower. Wanda has a 1940 Philadelphia. She says higher. The odds are with her, and she gets it. 1946D. 1946D, Wanda. Higher or lower than 1946D? She says no. This is like right in the middle. Right in the middle. We're going to go higher or lower, Wanda? It's tough that I know the answer. She says close odds. You are right about that. You go, Wanda, you go. Now see, no matter what, she gets the next coin. Regardless of what she says, higher or lower. The thing is, does she get another turn or no? Wanda says lower. Guess what, Wanda? We're going to keep going. You got a 1936. Now the next one's probably going to be kind of easy. Kind of easy, I think. Higher or lower, Wanda? Might have to make a whole damn box just for your coins. Love you. Higher or lower, Wanda? She says higher. I haven't looked, but I'm pretty sure she's right. Yes, she is. 1953D. 1953D for Wanda. Now what's next, Wanda? Higher or lower? God, look at this. How many does she have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She got 6 coins in here so far. For one pool spot. It's 50 cents a coin. You can't do any better than that. Well, yeah, you can. You can just keep winning. Higher or lower than 1953D? She says lower. Lower than 1953D, and she got it. 1944S. Now, 1944S, Wanda. 44S, a higher or a lower. Folks, these are coming straight out of the box exactly as they were put in there at total random. I have no idea until I look at it which one's the next coin. I've seen the next coin. I know what it is, but Wanda doesn't. But are we going to go higher or lower than 1944S? Yeah, it is a hard spot, right? Well, either way, you know you're going to get the coin, whether you're right or wrong. So that would be 7 coins. Wanda says lower than 1944S, and Wanda is wrong. 1950D was the next one, 1950D. So, Wanda, you got 7 coins for your one draw. Is that right? No, I'm sorry. 8 coins for one draw. 8 coins for one draw. There they are. And here's your chip. Good gosh. Congratulations, Wanda. You did really well with that. I was hoping everybody would get that kind of draw out of it, but man, the first 2 times we played it just went dead on the vine. Like almost immediately. All right, Malcolm. Malcolm's up next with a 1946S. 1946S. All right, let me get this box out of the way. It is full. Thank you, Wanda. Right? The box is full. Fill up the box, Johnny. The box is full. Thank you, Wanda. All right. Next up, boys and girls. Next up, Rithy. Rithy's going to get... Yeah, it's a 1957D. With a Larry. So let's just add salt to the wound. See what we get here. Sureg. Sureg is up next. Well, she didn't get one 58D, 57D, 56D. She got all good coins. She got a couple of them that were just freaking amazing. Sandigger. No, that's Sureg. I'm sorry, Sureg with a 46D. And here's one for Kelly Michaud again. Kelly Michaud picks up a 1952D. Next up, Cookie. Cookie, 1953S. 1953, San Francisco. The San Francisco Treat. JM. $1944S. Sandigger. Sandigger up next with a 1947S. 1947S. Kelly Ray. Ooh, Kelly Ray gets a 1939. A couple of spots, but it's a really nice high quality coin there. That's a 1939, boys and girls. Here's one from Mark. Let's see what Mark comes out with. Well, here is that 58D I was just talking about. 58D from Mark. That's right. So why don't we have a song for the Philadelphia Mint? Is there a song for Philadelphia? Kimberly, 1955. 1955, Philadelphia, by the way. So I don't know a song for Philadelphia. There's like New York, New York, but that's hundreds of miles away from Philadelphia. That's the first thing you've won? Good gosh. We got to get you out more often, huh? Doug, 1946 Denver. Pretty nice one, too. I think I've got at least one bonus chip left in here. Let's see what Jordan gets. Well, Parvez, you got a 44S. Now Jordan gets a 44S. How about that? Next up, Mark again. Yeah, this stuff toys with my memory. I've got pretty good memory, and sometimes I get into streaks of memorizing stuff. Mark gets a 1949S. Klaus, how about a 1956D? 1956D for Klaus. Unchecked, man, there's all kinds of potential for 56D as far as varieties are concerned. Never know what you're going to end up with out of it. Here's Stonecutter. Stonecutter coming up next. 1953S. Oh, you were the one who guessed the closest number to the weight of the coins in my car last year. What was that, 1,550 pounds or something? It was too much. I know that for sure. Mark. 1942, Philadelphia, 1942P for Mark. Let's see what we have next here. Penny Hoarder. Well, there's a 52P for Penny Hoarder. 1952, Philadelphia. Nice looking coin. What is up next? Dennis? You did remember things, but you forgot. 52D for Dennis. I'm sure that's a duplicate for Dennis. 52D seemed to have come in a little bit heavy weighted in this mixture. Not really sure why. Malcolm. 1934. 1934, Philadelphia for Malcolm. That's a $10 to $15 coin right there. You just got it for $3.50. Awesome. Josie Fletcher. She was one off of getting that 34, but looky here. She gets a 1936 Philadelphia. 1936 Philly. Not far off the 34 in value. Look at that. Here's another Josie Fletcher. Let's see what she gets this time. How about 1940S? 1940 San Francisco. Oh, yeah. That's right. Springsteen's from Philadelphia, isn't he? 1951S for Crispy. A 51S. Philadelphia Freedom. That's right. I forgot about that one. I won't try that again, thank you. Taco John, 1951. 1951 for Mr. Taco John. Wanda was on fire, yes she was. Flaming. 1954D for Mr. French. 1954D. 4D. 1954D. Wanda. Wanda is up again. Wanda gets a 1946 this time. 1946 Philadelphia. She did not get a 46 Philadelphia in the 8 coin streak that she got. So we're working on a whole page for Wanda. Sureg up with a 1948D now. 1948D. It's got a die crack on the head. Next up, Mark. 1951, Philadelphia. No, this is a Denver. 1951D. Somebody marked that wrong. I'm going to remark it for you. There we go. No one's going to mistake that for a P again. That will go to Mark. Ted? Ted's up next. 1951 S. 51 San Francisco. The San Francisco Treat. I need to have... Well, see, you know, it'd be nice if I could have recordings of little snippets of people singing, you know, something that makes sense for the moment. But if I did that and had little snippets of music, I would get shut down in a hurry because YouTube thinks I'm trying to steal the music. Mr. French. Mr. French gets a 52D. Well, we know that's probably a duplicate for him. But we'll have to check it and see. Mr. Rogel. Brian. How about a 1943D? 1943D. Nice uncirculated coin there. Deep cut. Yeah, it was. Kelly Ray. Kelly Ray now with a 1953S. 1953S. I'm still trying to figure out what MFSB is. Manhattan Free Symphony Band. I don't know. Ant, 1955. It's a pretty 1955 at that. 1955. All right, let's see what's next in here. Next for Sand Digger. Sand Digger, 1950. Denver, 1950D. You guys can all thank Wanda for the idea of using poker chips to draw names. She sent me a whole box of poker chips, and a lot of these are ones from her collection. This poker chip right here is from her collection. I'm sure she recognizes it. This one's for Mr. Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher coming up next. 1958D. Mother, Father, Sister, Brother. A Mother, Father, Sister, Brother. Is that the actual name of the band? Mother, Father, Sister, Brother? Or am I just way off base? Yeah, I don't know a Mother, Father, Sister, Brother. I know a Mamas and the Papas. Sissy, 1952. Pretty 1952 there. Does my heart good. My heart, it does good to do stuff like this, because this is, I understand that, you know, in some cases I'm losing a little bit on this stuff, but man, this is just cool. Here's 1942 for Raymond. That one's a little Larry-ish. That's another new word, Larry-ish. Carl? How about that, Carl? What's Carl going to get? A 1949 Denver, 1949D? Next up. Well, Wanda is back with a 1947D. I don't think she got a 47D in that 8-coin streak. Sand Digger. Yeah, and unfortunately, these chips don't get used for poker. I don't know. Don't play poker. Sand Digger, 1939. Philadelphia, 1939P. For Sand Digger. That's a nice coin right there. It's a nice one. Yeah, Richard, you're way beyond my knowledge in music. JM, how about a 46D? 46D. But I do know not to play any music trivia against you, sir. Carl, 1953S. But I do have you on one fact. One trivia fact, Richard. If you answer this, I'll give you something nice. Richard, if you can get the answer to this one inside of like 15, 20 seconds, I'll give you a really nice prize, okay? What's the most famous band to ever come out of Booger County, Missouri? 1944 D for Josie. Raymond, Mr. Longy. What does Mr. Longy get? 1946 D. 1946 D. Richard, you're losing time, brother. JJ Addict. Yeah, you might want to say that, JJ Addict, but that's not true. They're not from Booger County, I don't think. 1953S. JJ Addict, you tell us what Booger County is. And what's the county seat? Brian? 1951? 1951 for Brian. Ozark Mountain Daredevils are from Springfield, I do believe. Cookie. No, it's not Booker T, Richard. 51S for Cookie. Booger County, Ozark County, Missouri. Ozark County, Missouri is southeast of Springfield, east of Branson by quite a ways. And the most famous band to ever come out of there was Big Smith. Was a kind of a local band for a while, then they kind of went regional, and they sold a bunch of copies of their record. Big Smith from down on Bull Creek. Yeah, Booger County isn't a official name. Booger County is their unofficial name. The official, unofficial Booger County. Spokesperson Mark Blue is a friend of the family. And they did very well with that band. They broke it up 4, 5, 6 years ago. But they did very, very well through the 90s. All right, now we're loaded back up. Kelly Ray. Kelly Ray now with a 1950. Denver, 1950 for Kelly Ray. Next up, Stonecutter made it back. Here's JM. Ooh, 1941D for JM. 1941D. Dennis. 1940 Philadelphia. 1940 Philly. Got some nice ones coming out of here. Kimberly D. Kimberly, 1952D. 1952D for Kimberly. You have the Jeopardy theme music in your head. Stonecutter. 51D for Stonecutter. Just getting warmed up, brother. We'll keep working on that sidearm pitch there. Malcolm. Malcolm for a 1950 S. 1950 San Francisco. The Jeopardy song. Yeah. I was shocked at how heavy it was. Kimberly, 1954D. 1954D. We've been at this for about 40 minutes, and I still can't see the bottom of the bag. So it was a good call to knock it off last night and come back. Yeah, isn't it? Like the bottomless bag. Mark again. Mark with a 1948D. And it seems like it's an endless supply of coins, too. But I've added it up. These were not free. 1947D for Mr. Adams. 1947D. Raymond Lungi. Raymond, 1946 Philadelphia. I could conceivably have 80 chips left in the bag and start running out on people, because at 10 apiece and there's 400 and some odd chips, halfway through the bag you run out. That would be after 200 chips. So, yeah. There's a 48D for Mr. Adams. Next up, Sissy. Let's see what Sissy gets. How about a 1946D with some really nice orange color on it? It's one of those shell case bronze coins. They made those from 1944 through 1947. It actually had some sulfur from the saltpeter that they had put in with the gunpowder in the shells that fired off and made the brass that they turned back into bronze from the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Army artillery shells. They made the pennies out of in 1944 through 1947. That's why those turn a little bit more orange than other years, because they call it shell case bronze. Oh, if I got three big winners on the chip draw, I'd be a happy camper. But here's one for Jordan. How about a 1939? 1939 Philadelphia for Jordan. That's a nice one. Anything in the 30s is going to be tough. Jimmy Bridges. I'm prepared, though. I mean, I've got, 500-600 coins ready. Here's a 53S for Jimmy. Next up, Mr. Lungi again, Raymond. 1951S for Raymond. Next in, Penny Hoarder. Penny Hoarder. Oh, 1958D. 1958D. Next up, how about Sureg? Oh, Sureg gets 1952D. Hello, Kelly. Brian, Mr. Rogel gets a 1948 Philadelphia, 1948P. Next up, Sand Digger. Sand Digger gets a 1956D. 1956D for Sand Digger. Richard, Mr. Seppington. Next up, oop, I dropped it. 1955S. That's a pretty one. 1955S. So, Kelly, what do you think of it? Now that you've seen part one, you know what's going on, and here you are watching the second part. Tell me some things. Nice coins being pulled out of that there bag. Yes, sir. The 1952 for DN. For Wanda, this part is much more exciting. All right, Josie Fletcher. That was my phone giving me news updates. Oh, there's a 52D for Josie. Jim? Grandpa Jim? Well, what does he get? How about a 43D? 43D for Mr. Fletcher. Mr. Hampton, Paul Hampton. 1951D. 51D from Mr. Hampton. See what's next. Cap Morgan. Well, Cap Morgan, 1949. Philadelphia, 1949P. Yep, Wanda got the last game chip, Kelly. When you watch back on part 2, you'll see what she got. She was our big winner of the game. Marked Money Tech. Needs some new labels, but got a 1950D. 1950D. You like that coin you're guessing game? Yeah, we might actually develop that into something bigger. Crispy Mofo. Crispy, how about a 1951S? That's kind of dangerous right there. I need to get this. Hang on a second. We get a staple here. It needs to be flattened. There we go. I got it. 1951S. Had a staple on the back that was all standing straight out. If I'd squeezed it real tight, I'd have punctured myself with it. I hate staples in coins. Taco John, 1955. 1955 for Taco John. Yes, got an 8-coin streak. 8-coin streak. One of them was a 1936. Hello, Kelly Ray. Here's one for Parviz. Parviz gets a 1949S. 1949S. Yes, 8 is the correct number. Ant2242. So Kelly holds the record for us. Ant2242 gets a 1947D. Now, South End Al. South End Al up next. Oh, what do you know? Would you look at that? 1934. 1934 Philadelphia. Pretty BU coin for South End Al. That's like the big winter coin the 34s are. Those things are worth $10, $15, $20 a piece depending on their grade. Here's Doug Rezak. Doug, 1941D. 1941D. I may have gotten the inspiration from Card Sharks, and I'm pretty sure that, but they played a game on Price is Right that was like that too, where you had to guess higher or lower. And I think that's kind of where I actively came up with it. Here's one for Parviz. 1956. 56 Philadelphia. Next up, we got to be getting... Yeah, we're kind of short. We got like, I'm going to say 30. Maybe 30 left. Let me grab one I haven't looked at here. Stanley Zokowski. 1944D. 1944D. Tomorrow is his birthday. Well, tell AJ happy birthday for me. December 31st. Last thing to happen in the year was AJ. Then we moved to a different year. Mr. Fletcher, 1950S. 1950S. Ted Evans. Ted, how about a 1953S? 1953S, that's a nice one too. I don't remember the name of the game either. I think it was Hilo, isn't the name of it. Close. Yeah, it's there was another one where you had to guess the numbers in a car, and the price of a car. And so the number we get is a 3. You roll the die. You roll the die across the table. And if you get a number, let's say you get the number 5. And it says, is the next number in the price of car 5? So, is the next number higher or lower than a 5? And then you'd have to guess. Of course, with only 6 pips on a die, I would go with lower on a 5. But I would be the one to get it wrong. 1952 here for Klaus. That's what that was. Man, that was back in the Bob Barker days. Next number in the price of the car, a 4? Okay, is it higher or lower than a 4? Ant gets a 1943S. 1943, San Francisco. The San Francisco Mint. You know, that's only, 37 years, 36 years after the big earthquake in San Francisco, right? Mr. Adams, 1942D. Nice 1942D there. Yeah, that mountain climber game took forever, and that yodel music, oh. Talk about grind on the nerves. Jordan, Plinko was probably one of my favorites. You put the chip in and it bounces down on the nails to finally land in some sort of a slot where they had something. I don't remember. Kelly Michaud, box of goodies all intact again. Starting to put you down for all the bulletproof shows. Put me on that. Yes, I can put you on that, Kelly. Sureg. Sureg comes up next. How about a 1954D? 1954D for Sureg. I think we're going to fill this box up, and that's just about it. Maybe. There's one for Carl. How about a 1941S? 1941S. It's a small S. Still a nice coin, though. Small S is the more common of the two. Raymond Lungi. 1940 Philadelphia. 1940p. Here's one for Kelly. Yeah, Kelly gets a 52D. 52D for Kelly Michaud. Cat Morgenthaler. Cat Morgenthaler gets a 1955S. It's a pretty one. 1955S. Stone Cutter. Stone Cutter. Oof. 1958D. Now the most modern ones are starting to rear their ugly head. Is that your third 52D? Gosh. I don't know what happened. Why there were so many 52Ds in this mess. Not sure how that happened. 1946 Philadelphia for Kenny Cross. Is that an air coin? Looks like a lamb split going on over on the left side of the design there. Let's see. Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams with a 1946S. 1946S for Mr. Adams. Who got next? Mr. Rogel. Mr. Rogel, what is this? 1952D. 52D. Go to coinauction.com. Go to coinauction.com. Let's see. Taco John. Taco John comes up next, and he gets a 53D. Nice one. It's a 53D. Stanley. Stanley, how about a 1949 Philadelphia? 1949P for Stanley. Or a 49 plain for those who must pronounce it that way. JJ Addict. Well, JJ gets a 52D. I'll thin these 52Ds down for you people. You get more than one of them. I don't know exactly why it is that I came up with so many 52Ds. I even did this on paper to make sure that I came out more or less equal. Paul, how about a 57D? It's one of the first ones of those we've seen. Not very many of them. It sure is a good way to tidy up partial rolls. Gives people coins they can appreciate, while at the same time making room for more here. 1952, Philadelphia for Paul. 52, Philly. Who we get next? Stanley? Mr. Zolkowski, how about a 1954D? 1954D. Got a little bit of a... That's a spot of stuff sitting on the coin. Alright. Move a few over to the side box here. Alright. How many do we have left? There's got to be at least 15 to 20 or maybe 25 left. Richard, Mr. Sappington. Mr. Sappington gets a 1946 Philadelphia, 1946P. You have a whole album of reveal coins? That's cool. I'd like to even look through one of those. I mean, that'd be really cool. It'd be fun. Oh, I remember doing that one. Carl, how about an 1843S for Carl? 1943S. Nice BU wartime coin from San Francisco. Mr. Adams. How about a 1942D? Still uncirculated. Got a little bit of brown on it, though. 1942D for Mr. Adams. Next up, Josie. 1946S. 1946S for Josie Fletcher. Where are we next here? Has been a good ride. Jordan. Got two grandkids in a row here. Jordan, how about a 1946D? That's a pretty one. It's a nice 1946D right there. Grandpa, you can trade that one. He'll probably trade that to you for a stick of bubble gum. Jimmy? I'm just saying, buy plenty of bubble gum. Jimmy? 1946S. 1946S for Jimmy. Now, if anybody wants to fill in the blanks, I do have plenty of coins. If you've got albums started with these and you want to fill in the blanks, I still have plenty. Penny Hoarder. Penny Hoarder, how about a 1950 Philadelphia? Now, I've been assembling rolls of toned coins for many years. And I have rolls of toned coins that I'm considering putting in flips and starting one of these shows with toned coins. Carl? 1944S for Carl. 1944S. The new BU album. Trading BU wheats to fill rolls. Brian Rogel gets a 1951S. Absolutely, JJ Addict. Absolutely. Send me your want lists, whatever you need. I will certainly be looking for it for you. I don't know that I have or don't have everything, but I've got a lot of them. Crispy, how about 1952D? 1952D for Crispy. Paul, Mr. Hampton. Paul, 1949S. 1949S. Um, 46S, it's very common for them to be a little bit weak. It's very common. Yes, I know they're toned, Doug. The coins specifically are tubed rolls of toned coins. I'll take some photos before I run the before I run the pull. That way everybody knows what's coming of it. 1953, Philadelphia. 1953, Philadelphia for Mr. Rizek. I am going to move this over, put this in its place. Right there. That's all I'm going to need tonight. Wanda's already had her way with my box, so boy, that did not come out right. I don't have any 09S VDBs right now. Wish I did, but I don't. Stonecutter, 1942D. A little brown, but it is uncirculated. Wanda thought that was kind of funny. Wanda likes to play with my box. Get things out of my box. Kimberly, how about a 1936? 1936 for Kimberly. Those never get old. Well, they're getting older every day. But what I'm saying is, it never gets old looking at them. Sureg. This broadcast not intended for children. 1947D. That's right. If you have children in the room, please have them cover their ears through this entire broadcast. Wanda comes up next. 1943D. Your last bulk buy? Was that last bulk buy from me? I need 14Ds if you want to sell them. Kelly Ray, 1951. Philadelphia, 1951P. Yeah, that's right. Here, kitty. Get in the box. Yes, Doug, there are a lot of really nice, colorful coins in there. Just a lot of them. 46D. Pretty much anything that wasn't colored as a quote-unquote normal coin went into a tube. And that color accumulated over time. And I've just got a lot of them. South Andal. We have a 1953S for South Andal, and it's in the holder upside down, I think. Sorta. Kinda. Yeah. It's a 53S. You had a replated coin in that spot, and now you've got a BU coin. Penny Hoarder, 1952D. Your local coin shop has a dingleberry that sorts the wheats. He only knows to look for SVDBs. Huh. You talking about Ozark coin? Or is it, I don't know if Kelly is still in business. I know Craig's gone. Sissy. Yeah, see, for those who don't know, JJ Addict and I are from the same town. Sissy, 1951S. 51S. JM. 1943D for JM. Got some Steelies coming out of here now. Who is next? Josie Fletcher. Josie Fletcher. Oh, I know this is a duplicate. 1952D. It's got some color to it, though. Oh, they don't sort much. So Kirk woke. Been a while since I've been there. Mr. French. Well, Mr. French picks up a 1937D. 1937D. Stonecutter. Oh, there's another 43D for Stonecutter. And Marked Money Tech. Marked Money Tech with a 1955S. I do not have a Cherry Picker's Guide available for sale. Kind of wish I could. I did have. I picked up like 10 or 12 of those one time. Got them for $20, $25 a piece, and I think I sold them for $30. Cookie, 1953D. Yeah, I know they sell for quite a bit more than that now, but that price will go down. Once the newest edition does come out, if it does, the older ones will come down in price. 51 Fiddly for Rithy. I just had to look. I've got a 4th edition Volume 1, a 4th edition Volume 2. I've got both of the 5th edition, both of the 6th edition, but I don't have any duplicates. Kelly up next. Kelly Michaud. 1950D. 1950D. A nice bright red coin there. I do have a lot of those posters. My problem is shipping them. They're not cheap to ship anymore. They got rid of the mail class that I used to ship those with. Would you guys believe I've only got 6 chips left? 6 left. First one here, Kelly. Kelly now, 1954D. 54D for Kelly Michaud. Second one is Stanley. Stanley, how about a 1946 Philadelphia? 1946P? 6th edition volume on eBay is $332. I'd sell mine for that. I'd sell my dust copy for that. I'd sign it. Ted Evans next. Ted Evans, 1950S. Well, if you ask real nice, I might even give you a blood sample for $350. Cat Morgan comes up next. Those books aren't worth anywhere near that. A 46S. Yeah, you're kind of getting pushed through the ringer if you're buying them for that kind of money. An update of Looking Through Lincoln Cents. I don't know if that's going to happen. It might. 1948D for Ronald. You'd rather have a 14D? I'm hearing you. That's for sure. Last chip, folks. The very last one. Does anybody know who it belongs to? Got nothing left. Got nothing left. Well, now you know what color it is. And here we are. Ted Evans gets the very last coin this time around. And it is, well, anticlimactic. Why don't you be? 1951D. And that is what I have for this time around. I have all of your packages ready. Now all I have to do is get all these coins put together and get them in the box with the rest of your packages, and I'll be golden. I'll be ready to get things out of here. They'll either be going tomorrow or Tuesday when the UPS office opens back up and the USPS opens back up on Tuesday. You guys have a great New Year's celebration. Be safe. Be good. Have fun with it. And, well, if you're going to drink, have somebody else drive. Do that for me, please. All right, folks, you guys have a great night. And this time, for sure, I'll see you next year.